Hey, do you like animated films but wish there were less of them? Then animated shorts are for you! When it comes to Oscar season, I have always been embarrassed to be behind on the shorts categories, but shorts are just as valid of a medium as feature-length films. So this year, I sought to change that. I'll be discussing them in the order in which I personally connected with them, so it's kind of a ranked video, but when it comes to shorts, which are more often than not passion projects backed not by studios but small teams of artists bootstrapping it up, each one is truly a miracle. Just for existing, I wish I could do this. So think of this less as a determination of which shorts to watch and not watch, and more of a catalog of different kinds of shorts that might interest you. Because I'm sure The Flying Sailor is... someone's cup of tea. This short is based off of a real-world explosive incident in Nova Scotia in 1917. Two animators and directors, Amanda Forbes and Wendy Tilby, visited Nova Scotia and heard a wise tale about one of the harbor folk caught in the blast, who apparently flew upward during the blast and somehow landed unharmed. These two animators went on to create the short we see here today. This is their interpretation of what that sailor must have experienced on his skyward journey. Here, the sailor's life flashes before his eyes as he brushes with death, but the flying sailor is not like Up. It's less interested in telling you what the sailor's life was actually like. It's more about capturing the sort of ethereal, out-of-body experience one might feel in their last moments. Apparently it's this. Good to know I have something to look forward to. Perhaps I might be too vanilla to fully vibe with the way this short approaches this concept, but if you like experimental cinema, I think you should give this a quick watch. It's only 6 minutes long and you can watch it on YouTube via The New Yorker.
You fell.
The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse is based off of the children's book of the same name, following a boy searching for a home to call his own as he gains companions along the way. My initial instinct was that this movie wanted to be Winnie the Pooh really badly. But you know, Winnie the Pooh bangs. Nothing wrong with that. I can't help but feel as though the short was missing something. Pooh... Winnie? Had an abundance of surprisingly deep quotes and poignant sentiments in its stories, but its tone was typically light and fun. Boy Mole Fox Horse, on the other hand, felt more like a compilation of inspirational quotes than a fully functioning narrative. That's probably because of the source material. Children's books such as this are typically more repetitive by design, and they can afford to be because they are quick experiences. This short was 35 minutes and could have been shorter. I think the short does have a lot of value. There is the kind of animation that both kids and adults can enjoy, there's the kind of animation that is just for adults, and there is animation that kind of feels like it's just for kids. Again, there is nothing wrong with that. And it's not as though adults can't enjoy that kind of thing either, of course. If I ever had kids, I would want them to grow up on high-quality children's content like this. This short, and especially the book it is based on, is very pretty and I respect the heck out of it. But I'm not a kid anymore. I pay for health insurance. I am dead inside. BT Debs, if you liked this video so far and want to see more of what I do, consider liking this video and giving me a juicy subscribe and ring-a-ding-bing of the bell icon. Danke. My Year of Death. Can I say the name of this movie without getting demonetized? You're playing a dangerous game, MapjStudios. My Year of is probably the most exciting nominee of this bunch, and the wildest. I wish I could say it's the longest, but that's not technically true. Directed by animator Sara Gunnarsdottir, this short follows a series of episodic YouTube-style vignettes created by a teenage girl who is attempting to lose her virginity, with each part having its own eclectic style and sexual interest. I believe TV Tropes calls this a of the week. Its episodic style allows this short to go very experimental in ways conventional stories often can't. while its use of the criminally underappreciated medium of rotoscope is put to great use. Rotoscope, if you don't know, is when animators trace over real-life pictures and footage. It's often contested whether or not this counts as animation. It does, though. And when done right, you can do things you can't in any other medium. Here, the otherwise realistic visuals allows the filmmakers to gradually go back and forth from lifelike to surrealistic to lifelike again as they so please. It gives it a very unique MTV-ish vibe. I really respect works like this, which cover subject material other media usually strays away from, and I think the short pulls it off in a charming and creative way. This kind of stuff is very important. Meanwhile, the short titled, "An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake and I Think I Believe It" is my kind of thing and the best name for anything ever.
I just like typing in that.
Yeah, this is my sense of humor, I'm a strange guy. This short film follows an office worker who discovers that he is in a stop-motion animated film, and an ostrich is here too. It feels kinda like Aardman's take on a Kafka short, which can only be a good thing coming from my nerdy mouth. I don't have much else to say. It is kind of straightforward British, well, Australian, I guess, humor and weirdness. I want to give a major shout out to the director and animator behind this one, Lachlan Pendragon, who is still a student filmmaker and has already earned his way into an Oscar nomination. Way to hit the ground running. I can't wait to see what else you do.
An ostrich told me the world is fake. I think I believe it.
And hit me up if you want to talk about your movie on my channel. I would love to interview you or something. I don't know. But out of everything I've seen here today, Ice Merchant stood out to me the most. Ice Merchants does a lot with its 15-minute runtime. I was delighted by the movie's whimsical and cartoonish set pieces, and I was amused by its lighthearted ribbing at the inherent repetition of work. Labor leading into spending, which leads into labor, which leads into more spending. Work molds the life of our titular ice merchants, but it is not what defines them. First and foremost, this is a gripping story about a father and his son, continuing to live their lives in the face of devastating loss. Portuguese animator João Gonzalez gives us Ice Merchants, and he lends a unique style to the film. Can we talk about that animation? It looks like an illustration from a middle grade book or a New Yorker cover, but it moves so smoothly, and the way it uses color in order to tell its tale is so cool. Impressively, he is also a composer, and he contributes an original score to all the shorts, this one included. This gives this short especially a unique feel. Ice Merchants is a fairly conventional recipe for a crowd-pleasing short, telling an emotional story wordlessly with a unique animation style. But that is a good recipe. It is my pick to win. This is the kind of stuff animation was made for.